Thank you for clicking on the link. This is the Tsunami North information session for our elite teams for the 2018-2019 season. In this session, we'll talk about practice facilities, costs, tournaments, coaches, nationals, and a little bit more. These first few slides are for entertainment value, more so than anything else, just to give you something to stare at while we cover a few things other than just staring at a blank screen. So these are some of our more recent accomplishments. One of the things we're proudest of are what our alumni are doing, where they're playing. You'll see everything from Division I, high-level Division I, down to NAIA, and some junior colleges as well, Division I, Division II, and Division III. So you can pause at any point you want to study a slide a little bit longer. This whole thing should be just a few minutes. Since the end of last season, one of the biggest questions has been practice facilities. We have added a third court to our offerings at Oglethorpe University. We will put every single team that we can at Oglethorpe. Then our next backup plan from there will be going to Briarcliff, the Globe Academy, formerly Briarcliff United Methodist. And then we will overflow from there into Atlanta International School. Again, we are aware of the traffic issues getting to Atlanta International, and so we will try diligently to plan around that as much as we can. We are still searching for additional gym space for our North location. If any of you have any connections, please let us know. We would love to have some additional opportunities and love to get away from an 8 to 10 practice slot at our North location. We are super excited about our coaches for 2018 and 19. We have the lead coach at each age group will be involved throughout the age group as far as practice planning. When we talk about practices, we talk about overlapping our schedules, and these guys will be the ones that are in charge of that grouping. For our 11s, Lindsay Michaels will be returning. She was Ted's assistant coach last year. She's a former Oglethorpe student and comes highly recommended from Coach Ted. For those of you guys 12s, Ted Russell will be leading the charge there. He is the varsity coach at Wesleyan, and he's back for, I guess, his third or fourth season with us, and he's one of the good guys. He's one of the ones who knows the game and absolutely takes care of our athletes. At 13s, Alex Wynn, who is one of our South coaches as well, will be running our 13-1 team and the 13s program. Kyle Landrigan is tentatively slated coming back, and he will be our 14s lead coach and our 14-1 head coach. Shanita will be back at 15s, and then we're still looking 10s, 16s, and 17s. We've got a couple of bodies to move in and out, but we've got to wait and see. Life is happening for a couple of our coaches, so we're still waiting to make sure that we've got Coach A here before we can put in Coach B there. So there will be a page on the website soon that we will email out to you guys that is will kind of be the running coach list. And anytime we make changes, we will make the change there. But this is where we are right now. And each of these people has tentatively agreed to take on that role. And so we will keep you guys updated as we know more. We talk about each age group having a lead coach. What that means is that that coach is in charge of planning a good portion of everything that's happening for that age group or for a particular grouping of teams. For instance, Alex Wynn is our 13-1 head coach. He will be in charge of a good bit of the planning for all of our 13s teams. He will also be involved when 13-1 and 14-1 have the opportunity to work together. He will spend some time with the 14s. Kyle will spend some time with the 13s. So being a part of our elite teams gives you the opportunity to work with multiple coaches, not just your head coach. Each of our coaches obviously has some things that they specialize in, and we want to give each of our athletes the opportunity to be trained under that model so that you have multiple opportunities to hear multiple input from multiple coaches. I'll see how many times I can say multiple in a sentence. Our travel schedule for our elite teams this year is similar to what it has been in the past. Our 12 and under will not travel, but you will play the larger tournaments here in town. You will play regionals. You will play Big South. Our 13s begin to travel on up through 17s. Will all be traveling. You will go this year to Nashville twice. you will go to, or Franklin, I should say, you'll go play on Martin Luther King weekend. There are no tournaments here in town on that time because the Super Bowl has wrecked everybody's schedule. So we will go to MLK and we will go to Block and Roll in February. You will also go to Disney. We'll pick up a couple of other smaller 2-day, but short travel tournaments, and then you'll play the rest of your schedule here in town. Very similar to what we have done in the past. However, this year we will also offer 2 teams going to nationals in June and July. That will be not included in your initial tuition or in your initial commitment, but it will be something you can try out for and do at the end of the season. We did that this year with one team. We had our first North team travel to nationals. It was a combined team between 14 Kyle, 15 Shanita, and 16 Erica, and they went, and my understanding is they had a great time. We will do that again this year. It will either be a combined 15s and a 17s team, or it will be a 14s and a 16s, depending on which athletes want to attend. Our practice schedule for the elite teams will be very similar this year. At the older ages, 13 and up, you'll practice 3 times a week. Our 12 elite team will only practice 2 times a week again. However, if we are still using the 6 to 8 and 8 to 10 model with the younger kids early and the older kids late, we are going to change that some. We will go to a 6 to 8:30 practice for the younger kids and a 7:30 to 10 practice for the older kids. That 7:30 to 8:30 window will be group training and positional training each week. Once we get on into a little bit later, January, February, that will become scrimmage time. So each week they'll have that overload where or the overlap where they work together, and then when they compete together. So I think we'll find that extra 30 minutes has a tremendous amount of value for all of our athletes at the North location. Now for our favorite part of this session, it's our costs. As you guys know, our fees are specifically based on what it costs us for your athlete to participate. If it costs us $100 for your kid to play, then that's what we charge you. Obviously, it costs a little more than that. So anyway, you can take a look here. You can see some of our costs have gone up, some have gone down. We've tried to maintain as much as we can, and we've tried to cut costs where we can in order to be able to give you guys as much value as possible for your dollar. Payment plans are the same as in the past. We'll have a pay in full option with a 3% discount. Plus, we'll also have the Tsunami payment plan where you write a check at commitment night, and then online you can make credit card payments each month until the remainder of the season. There are a lot of great clubs in Atlanta, and we truly appreciate that you guys have chosen us in the past, and we hope you will choose to play with us again this upcoming season. We've tried to listen to your input each season and make changes going forward, so I hope that the additional training half hour of practice and moving as much as we can over to Oglethorpe those were 2 of the biggest comments that we got this past season, and I hope that we've addressed those as well as we can. And I think you can look at our coaches list and see that we are improving that every year as we go forward. We're trying to invest in our North location pretty heavily, and it is paying off. Our teams are doing better and better each year. More and more athletes are coming out, and our program is growing. We are actively seeking a full-time facility there, and we will keep you guys updated as that happens. Unfortunately, we've been looking for a few years now and haven't been able to find that golden nugget. So if you guys have any leads that are parking, air-conditioned, high ceilings, plenty of space, please, please, please let us know. We would be interested in taking a look at anything that's out there. As the slides were scrolling through, you may have noticed that there was one on commitment day. If you took the time to look at your calendar, you will see that the southern region has changed the way we do this a little bit now. You will no longer have to come down during the week for commitment night. They've moved a 10-day window for writing a check and signing paperwork and everything now to a 5-day window. So we're able to host it on Saturday after tryouts from 1 to 4. And the best news for our North families is that you will be able to do your uniform fitting on that day. so you won't have to make a separate trip down, or we won't have to send uniforms up as we've done in the past. We'll all be able to do it at one time. Obviously, once tryouts have completed and we get to that point, we'll give you more information on that. But just one little positive, one more thing that we heard from you guys that you wanted to fix, and so we've done our best to be able to fix it. There's no way in these sessions that we can answer everything. Not only do we not know all the answers, we don't know all the questions. If there's something we haven't covered that you need to know, please give us a call here. That phone number goes directly to Heather right now, and then that email address goes to Dunn, Heather, and myself, Jeff. So we look forward to seeing you guys at tryouts. Register as early as you can. It gives us the opportunity to plan in advance, make sure we have the right staff there, make sure that we have the right sizes of t-shirts and all that kind of stuff. Plus, it saves you a few dollars. So anyway, looking forward to seeing you guys at tryouts. Call us or email us if you have any questions.